They call me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance.
Movo. Creators want it.
What's going on, guys? Now you can hear me. It is after 7:30, like our per usual thing, I know. But hey, it's Wednesday, guys. We are back on track that we're actually on a Wednesday. So that's a good thing. But it is the Geek Saga. Both of us are two salty veterans that are huge geeks. And we're really excited to be back on the show because, hey, we love coming on and, talking about all this nerd stuff that's going on. So,
or that's not going on.
My host, my brother in arms, my brother from another nut mother, my brother from another sack. David, what's going on?
Not much, man. Just been busy. Super tired.
What are you super tired from?
The VA's got me doing acupuncture. And, dude, I am drained every freaking time I have an appointment. So, yeah, I had an appointment this morning. Couple needles in my knees, and then I come home and I'm just like, about an hour later, I'm like, tired, dude. So I took like a 45-minute nap this afternoon, like an old man. Woke up, watched some Matlock, and I picked up the kids from school.
No, that would be Murder, She Wrote, not Matlock. I think they've taken him off, and they changed Matlock anyways to what's her face, homegirl from Misery, Kathy Bates is now Matlock.
Oh. That's right. That's right.
But I heard it wasn't bad. It's actually a pretty good spinoff or reboot or whatever it is.
I'm on your...
Woo! Yeah, that's the good one, too. That's the limeade.
Electric limeade.
Electric limeade. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah, but other than that, man, got a bunch of parts that came in because I have to fix my car for when I get back and forth to work again.
Nice.
Went out there to evaluate my car, and I was like, oh, I got a flat. So now I got to take that to go get patched in the morning. So it's been a busy day.
Sounds like a whole lot of fun. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing's gone on up here. Yeah, there's nothing new really, dude. It's drill was this past weekend, which completely blew like always.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wonderful waste of my time. And I may have let that out while I was there, and I don't think they were too happy with me.
At least your problems are gone.
What problem is that?
Your active folk in the office, the ones that weren't doing any of their jobs, they're gone, right?
Which ones?
Your readiness and your...
So the readiness is moved on. There's still one more. There's one more of those that's still there. But whatever. I'm getting ready to call it a adios for myself from there, and I've got options now open. So, which I'll talk to you more later. But yeah, I mean, it's just. I don't want to air out my dirty laundry on our show because I mean a lot of people wouldn't understand, especially they're not coming on to listen to this stuff.
Hey, I'm just asking if it's a little relief off of your...
It'll be a little relief when that flag that's around goes away because I turned in some stuff, so we'll see what happens.
Hell yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah.
He's gonna re-up. Don't worry about it. He's gonna re-up.
I mean, I got 4 years left. I don't know what else to do. So, but What's going on, not Reaper? Are you saving lives out there? Kissing babies? Doing bad things to dead people? Just saying.
He started his shift like an hour and a half ago, and he was already one monster deep.
Damn.
I saw him at the gas station. I waved at him, and he was I honked at him, and he looked the opposite direction of which way the honk came, and didn't see me. So I texted him, and he was like, "I'm on my way to work, and I'm one ghost in or one monster in already."
Hey, that fool's got to switch over to the real good stuff, man. If we get him on board, we might be able to get, a sponsorship going saying, look, we encourage EMTs to do this.
He likes
and
white monsters, dude.
Monsters, they're the devil.
They're gross, dude. That's what I keep telling him. You don't listen. All of them are, even these are gross. I don't like these either, but.
Dude, these are a hell of a lot better than Monster. They got better flavor. So
they do have better flavors. I'll give you that.
Yeah. So what's going on? White 559. Huh. I don't know who White 559 is, but what's going on? Dennis, what's up? So
is he on Twitch and
huh?
I said, is this fool on Twitch and freaking
and
the freaking the IG YouTube as well?
Oh, is that him? Both of them? Nice.
No, he's not on there on mine. Wait. Yep, he's not on there on mine.
But what's going on, guys? So tonight we've got news and we've got things to make you go, because as far as geek history, man, we covered it in the last 2 years.
There's nothing in March, man. Like
there really isn't. I mean, when you think about it, like all the stuff that really starts to hit is in the summertime or leading up to the summertime. All seasons started back in September, October, new seasons to new shows.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to end until the spring. And then that's when we'll get more news during the summer of what's coming up, what's going on.
Yeah, everything runs from October to April, and then May movie season happens.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, cool.
Yeah, which tonight we do talk about a little bit. I think, I didn't put that story in. We should have. But talking about is this the year that we're going to get those big blockbusters that are going to start boosting box offices again? Which, I don't know, man. Comics, Geeks, and more. What's going on, man? But yeah, I don't know. What do you think as far as boosting box offices again?
Dude, I think most people are in the same boat I'm in. They don't want to go to the movies because all the good stuff's in the trailers. And if you don't like what's in the trailer, you're not missing anything at the movies. That's the way I feel. I don't know if everybody feels that way, but that's the way I feel. And you're not getting me amped, ready to go to these things because I go to Comic-Con and no one's there anymore. I don't get to see WB there. I don't get to see, Disney's not a presence no more. Marvel, DC, we lose all that because, as we spoke about 3 episodes ago, they've all done their own thing. They're all doing, Disney Con or whatever the hell they call that thing.
D23 and
that crap.
Nintendo. They're doing all these cons, and we don't get that hype that we used to. But the other thing is that I'm just gonna lay it out there. And if you're a young viewer, I'm sorry, but you guys are part of the problem because you want to go to the movie theater and show everybody that you're at the movie theater and what movie you're watching, and then you want to proceed to text out things to people as you're sitting there supposedly watching the movie, or you're scrolling through your IG while watching the movie. Now tell me, are you really watching the movie?
Not only that, though, I also think this is gonna get a little crazy, right? I might trigger some people with this one, but they forced us into our homes for 3 years, made everything easily accessible by sending it straight to streaming. True. And then you expect me to go back to the theater? after I could just watch all the new releases with Kirkland popcorn that I bought 50 in a box, and I can watch it in my chonies on my couch. You know,
And you're watching it for the price of one movie ticket.
one ticket and one popcorn. It cost me $40 to watch it the first time, but it's like you forced
honestly,
that on me.
Yeah,
And now you
but
want me
honestly,
to go back to normal? Like, come on.
the 20 when the movies come out, like when they first put them on streaming, it's $20 to rent it. Okay, so that's one ticket. That's your ticket alone. That's not counting your wife, your kid, any of your kids that are going to go with you. Then you got to get more than one popcorn because you obviously have more than one person with you, more than one drink, and all this other stuff. But do we really want to sit through? And it sucks because I used to love going to the movies. That's the experience. That was the whole point.
The one thing you don't get, I mean, I love going to the movies, so I did go back and I have watched movies in the theater since the whole pandemic happened.
Yeah.
But there's like there's just, you don't get the trailers at the beginning when you rent it at home, so you lose that, and that also amps up like what I'm gonna watch, what I want to see. I don't know, man. It's just, I think the movies is a dying thing.
Movie theater, yes.
The movie theater is a dying. Well, that's right. Who calls it the theater? No one. I'm going to the movies. Like,
yeah.
Back in the day when you were born, we're going to the show. You know what I mean? Like,
no, we're going to the movies.
I gotta go home and watch my programs. Like, turn off that radio show. We got the telly.
The thing is that, I mean, we do have that telly. We have the telly. We have the tablet. We have the phone. We have. I mean,
we got talkies now.
We've ruined it for the theater experience, and they're trying hard to grab us back in there with like IMAX. And because I mean, yes, IMAX has been around for a long time, but more movies are coming out in IMAX to try to draw us back in. But it's like we don't want to spend $25 for a ticket to see it on this giant screen,
Well, and then you think about, like I said, the COVID experience, everything. We were all forced to stay home. I think they took it as a opportunity to write less quality stuff because they weren't going to get the big revenue back from us. And now we're not geared to go to the movies because nothing's written well. There's no gripping stories that make me want to sit down and watch a movie. Distance learning. What are we drinking? I got electric limeade, and he's got
sour juice. Green apple Warhead. But yeah, you're right. And like the list that I did see, it had like Mission Impossible 50. I mean, come on, Tom Cruise still looks good for being as old as he is, but come on, he's getting old. We've got Lilo and Stitch. We've already seen Lilo and Stitch. We've had several, Lilo and Stitch 1, Lilo and Stitch 2. We've had the full cartoon.
Leroy and Stitch.
I mean, shoot. Do we need we had the porn version? Yes. And we had, do we need a live action one?
I didn't know that existed. Thanks for
actually. You I don't know if you've ever met Carranza, but
you've ruined my whole outlook on life right now.
I'm going to put it out there. He proceeded to find a Pokemon porn. And I was driving when these guys were in my backseat watching this, giggling like little schoolgirls, but I don't even want to know what it was, but it's like, I don't want to know that Ash and Pikachu hooked up. It's kind of gross. But
yeah, I mean, it's a good story. And Josh on Instagram said, it's realistic. Yeah, to a point. I just think we're getting the same stuff really close together now. It's not like when we were kids where it was like, oh, now that I'm an adult, it's been 25 years. Here's a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they're freaking Dennis said, didn't we shoot this down once when he brought up How to Train Dragon? No, we didn't shoot it down. We said it looked good. We were excited, but
Yeah.
I
I'm actually excited for How to Train a Dragon live action. I really am.
the problem is that the best things that are coming out are things we've already seen,
Exactly.
and they're just live action versions of it.
Yeah.
Lilo and Stitch looks good. I'm gonna go watch it. How to Train a Dragon looks good. I'm still against live action movies. Just want to let you know. Don't give me a live action of something that's a cartoon. I don't want to see it. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna get my
like
money
this
anyways.
the whole new Snow White thing. It's like, no, she's Snow Brown. She's not Snow White. She looks like a freaking you know what she looks like? She looks like Pascal from freaking Tangle, the little chameleon.
She looks like freaking oh god, I forgot his name. The freaking sloth from Ice Age. Freaking eyes all the way out here.
She's about the same color too. I mean, come on.
Dude, but to you're gonna tell me that this girl is who Gal Gadot is freaking jealous of because she's the most beautiful in the land?
Nah. Come on. That you're talking about Gal. Nah, bro. Nah. So, you know what, we've got on this rant long enough. Wow, what's in the drink?
Haterade.
Hell
Haterade.
yeah. It's filled to the brim. I've been drinking it all day, been saving it up because I haven't had any CSGs come through to just unleash it on. So I got a lot tonight.
No, this week in Geek History today is just rant.
Yep.
Rant.
You guys wanted some geek history? Guess what? No, we got rants. So, but we should probably talk about, our affiliates since they, they are there still. We still have a couple left. We haven't gotten rid of them all, but we'll kick it off with Ulanzi. So, guys, Ulanzi is a great company. We do use a lot of their lights. A lot of lights that are at home that are actually going to get put into the new studio. And I'm not kidding. The new studio that's being built. We are building a Geek Saga studio, which we will be filming. And it's actually going to be called, are we ready for this? RTAC Studios. RTAC Studios is going to be running our thing. But anyways, we'll get to that some other time. Right now, what we're talking about is Ulanzi, which is a great company that we do use. But we do, like I said, we use a lot of their lights. I've got a lot of the lights at home. When we go out, there's lights that we do use. Again, those are all Ulanzi lights. It's a great company. If you guys get a chance, check them out. Go onto our bio in Instagram. Click on the link to click on the affiliate code. It'll send you over there. When you purchase from them, it helps us out. So check them out, guys. Like I said, whatever we talk about and push is stuff that we actually use. Next, we've got Renegade Game Studios. Great games, guys. They've got RPGs and they got deck builders. They've got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Transformers, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe. Great IPs. If you know how to play D&D 5th edition, you'll be able to play any of their RPGs. And then also as their deck builders, got a lot of great art on their cards. So check them out, guys. Click on the link in the bio, and of course, it'll send you over to them. Purchase a game from them. Helps us out. Next, we've got Legendary Supplements. Randy, if you're out there, I know the man's been very, very busy working out. He's all getting all swole now. He's trying to look like us, dude, except just taller. That's,
Well, you're swollen, but not swole.
Hey, I'm close, all right? I'm getting there. I've been working out. I've been standing up and sitting down a lot more than just sit.
I mean, that's huge at your age. 50, it's hard to get out of bed.
I lowered your bed for you so it's easier for you to get out too, so you don't have to jump down and jump up.
I don't need uppies anymore.
Is there a code we use? No. Ulanzi is you click on the link that's in there and it automatically is an affiliate link to them. So whatever you purchase will go straight to us. Also, Legendary Supplements, guys, it is a great, great company. We love them. They're coming up on their year mark, and we've been with them for 7 months out of that year, which is awesome. So it's a great partnership we've had with them. We love their they're not energy, they're focus drinks, which are focus shots. Right there, we've got Blizzard Mojito, and I actually was gonna buy what do you call it today? A Mountain Dew, because I saw somebody mix it with Mountain Dew, and I heard it's actually really good. So maybe tomorrow I'm gonna actually pick that up. Golden Apple Foundation, what's going on? Either it's gonna be Kendra or it's gonna be Ryan, whichever one it is, guys. What's going on? I am going to get a hold of you guys really soon because we still got to get together. I want to do a whole thing for Golden Apple. And also, we haven't been to the shop in a while. Sorry, things have been crazy. But back to Legendary Supplements. David's tried it. I've tried it. And again, whatever we push, we promote, we try it, we use it, and we actually like it. So David tells the same story. What was that story about this? Speaking of Ryan and Kendra. Oh, it's Kendra. Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, just being freaking zoned in, man. Actually, I think it was with Ryan and Kendra when we were interviewing with them.
It was.
And yeah, I was so stuck, just focused, just listening. Yeah, it helps so much. And like I said, we've used it at the range. I've used it while gaming, and I think it works great, which is cool because that's what he said he likes pushing it towards. Is the gamers and stuff. So I've yet to use it on hunting monsters because I've been playing Monster Hunter Wilds for the last week, and it's taken over my whole life. Just want to let you know. I almost didn't get on today because I was like, I need to take out this monster before I get on.
No,
I didn't have time.
So, well, guys, if you guys want to try them out, you can actually go to legendarysupplements.com, or you can use. And when you go there, you can use the Geek Saga 77 code, or go into our obviously our link that has an affiliate link to them, and then just go over there. You use our code Geek Saga 77, and you get 10% off your first purchase. Or we're bored, or we bored you.
I was not bored to death. I was literally listening intently.
Honestly, Kendra, we loved having you guys on, and I know you guys have extended invitations to us to come over and for dinner. I want to do that. Let's do that very soon because love you guys. Honestly, you guys are the greatest. And yeah. But anyways, check these guys out. Move on to Movo, which is another great company, which we use a lot of their microphones. The microphone that I'm using right here is one of their Movo microphones. And also, a lot of the mics we use when we go on location are Movo microphones. So it's a great, great company. We stand by them. Haven't had any issues with any microphones that we've got from them. So that's the great thing about it. And if you do have an issue, their customer service, from what I've heard, is excellent. You can
Mike said he got his mic switched out within a few days.
Yeah, he called them up. They said send it back, and they sent him one. So basically, as it's in transit, they already had sent him a new one, and he was good to go. He got one. Anytime, let's get through WonderCon first. Yes, let's definitely get through WonderCon. I might be able to make it for one day just to go walk around because our schedule's all jacked up right now. So anyways, and finally, we want to talk about Watchers TCG, which is a great game. And of course, I've got one pack right here still. You got to get two of these in order to play with somebody, but also they've got a mat. It's a really great game. It's kind of like Magic meets space. I guess you can say like Star Wars-ish. So yeah, check them out, guys. Great company, great people that are running it. They are going to be at WonderCon, from what I hear. I think they're going to be doing a panel out there to talk about the game. So if you get a chance to go over there, see the panel, listen to how they play the game and everything about it, and say hi over there to everybody there. I'm hoping that, again, it'd be something we can do to swing by and say hi too. But with that, that is it for our affiliates. Bam! Yeah, we're getting pretty smooth with this. There we go.
I'm telling you, bro, you kill it every time you praise yourself. Just you got to roll through it and let it go.
It's hard.
It's like when you in the movies when you make something explode and you don't look back at it, you just keep walking. That's what you got to do.
All right, then I'll do that. I'm sorry.
One day. One day.
One day. But that is it. So, guys, we are going to move into our first segment, which is normally would be Geek History, but tonight we want to do something different because, like we said earlier, there's not much that we've seen that has really gone on, and both of us were digging. Like, I literally spent probably about a good 3 hours, 4 hours just digging and looking and searching. Geek History, man, I think we blew it in 2 years. The first 2 seasons of this show, we've already gone through a lot. I'm sure we'll find something sooner or later. But we're going to move into the first segment, which is... Oh! All right, let's try that again. The Geek News! Keanu Reeves' passion project, Berserker, attaches Fast and Furious veteran to direct. I don't know if you've actually seen the comic or even read it.
I haven't read it. I was following like the pre-release stuff. I saw when he announced it. I saw when he was like they were dropping things about how it was going to come out or whatever. And then I followed like the release schedule for a little bit, but I have yet to pick it up to read it.
So I know, and since Kendra is on, I know that Mr. Reeves was over at Golden Apple, and he did some signings because he pops in every so often, and he'll do that for them, which was pretty awesome. But yeah, I actually have read a good chunk of it. Dude, the artwork in this thing is freaking awesome. And I'll start off with that. The storyline is really good too, and there's so many now. It's crazy. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. What are we talking about here? Dennis.
Dennis, he said he was binging JoJo's again. So I'm probing him for questions in the background.
So Keanu Reeves is not going to return just yet to the John Wick stuff because he is going to be working on this project next. This is his next project, the adaptation of his own comic book series. It follows Berserker, a warrior cursed with immortality who has fought across time against unimaginable horrors and all kinds of great stuff. It's a great comic book, man. I really do love it. And if you get a chance to, you should pick it up. If you guys haven't, I know the trade paperbacks are out with a lot of them, so you should definitely check that out. And he loves to sign stuff for the foundation, for fundraising. He's the best. See, whenever I hear about Keanu Reeves, it's always something awesome about the dude. Like,
always positive.
Always positive. It's like, man, dude, I really want to meet this guy just to say hi. Even if it's just shake his hand, because like this dude just is so nice. You know, I don't know what else to say about him. And when this movie comes out, I'm gonna go see it. I'll say it now.
This one is definitely going to be on the list of something I watch.
Yeah. I am cursed with immortality. Damn you, James. That's you, isn't it? Again, James is back. Or is this one Philippe? No, this one's swollen. Having gout doesn't count. Yeah, it's James. Philippe doesn't have a very good vocabulary. Or am I wrong? Stupid. We'll have lots of signed stuff at Hey, so guys, since we're on the subject of Keanu Reeves, we're getting it from Kendra of Golden Apple, who will be at WonderCon, and they got lots of signed stuff, and it'll be at WonderCon. So go by their booth, check it out. It's for the Golden Apple Foundation. Purchase it, and it helps out their foundation, which is a foundation that's really actually cool, which goes and buys collections of comics to restore them, to preserve them. And Kendra, if you could remind us which university was it that it's going towards, or which other universities are going to be doing this? Yeah. And we'll definitely shout that out more. But
I'm going to have to go pick this series up, or pick up what I can, if I can find it anywhere.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for it, and I just I don't frequent comic book shops somewhere, so I completely missed the releases. But I might have to get an omnibus when it comes out.
Yeah, dude, this is actually a really good one to do. Like I said, it's starting off with the artwork. It's great. The storyline is amazing. I love everything, and it goes through time. Like I think the one that I recently picked up was he was in. I think it was Roman time, but yeah, I can't remember. Everything's all in the freaking at home in my freaking cupboard. I've got stacks and I don't know. I've accumulated so many comic books now. It's ridiculous. Like, kid you not, it's ridiculous. So, Kendra's telling us. First donation went to University of Pennsylvania. The one we are working on now is slated to go to Bowling Green. Okay, cool. Well, there you go, guys. Guys, check out the Golden Apple Foundation. Help them out because they are doing something really cool, and that's again trying to preserve a lot of comic books before they get too damaged, too destroyed that we will not have them, because print is definitely it's hurting right now, but we want to definitely preserve those collections. But the Netflix powerhouse team behind the film, Justin Lin, Fast and the Furious, will direct, bringing his high octane action expertise. So, and they're saying that Mattson Tomlin, the Batman Part 2, is writing the screenplay, ensuring a fresh take on the brutal action-packed story. Don't give me brutal, like a fresh take on it. But what do you think, man?
It looks good, man. I Justin Lin, I hope he does well. He seems to make entertaining movies, or else there wouldn't be 10 freaking Fast and the Furiouses. But I think this is something that he can excel at because it's not Fast and the Furious. It's isn't he the same one that did the Swamp Thing, the show? Doesn't he have like the horror background?
Let's see. Justin Lin. Fast and the Furious. He's got Fast 5, Fast and Furious, Fast 9.
He did Star Trek Beyond.
X. I'm going to say that it's pretty much all the Fast and Furious.
Yeah. But I think he did Annapolis. That was a good movie.
Did Annapolis, which it was all right. Star Trek Beyond, which that was kind of I don't want to sound mean, but that was the weaker of the three.
Hey, but he did do Tokyo Drift, and that was his entry into the Fast and Furious, and that's probably top 2 of the movies, I would say. I would say it's the Fast and the Furious, and then Tokyo Drift, and then the rest kind of just whatever. They could fight over third place.
But yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens because he has that fast pace, like quick switch style of shooting, which it is great, and a lot of his stuff is shot pretty. Like the shots are great. The nice moving shots of these, the driving scenes and all this other stuff. He's got he's got a great style. So I think this will work great for it.
The fight scenes are usually good. Like the few fight scenes that are in the Fast and Furious movies, they're not bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's going to be good, man. I think this will be a really cool adaptation, especially if they stick to what the story is. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, and this is going to be a Netflix thing. So, I think I've voiced my opinion about Netflix, how I'm a little bit like, with them, it's a hit and miss depending on the show. Sometimes they nail it. They get an amazing show. Like, the first few seasons of Stranger Things, great. Towards the end of them. But they've got other great shows like help me out here. Their movies haven't been all that great though.
I mean, Blight was good.
Yeah.
Blight was
good.
Bright,
whatever.
The one with
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That one was good. Show wise, oh god, what was that show called? I was just talking to you about it the other day. Altered Carbon.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Altered Carbon was an amazing show.
It was.
First season was freaking killer. Second season was pretty good, and then they just axed it. They're like, we're done.
Yeah, which kind of sucked because they could have done more with it, and it was a great show.
Yeah.
But
I think this is different. Like, oh, Black Mirror. Black Mirror is a good one. First season's weird, but the rest of it's pretty good.
Black Mirror is great. Electric State is good. I heard it was not all that great, so I don't know. I haven't watched it. Maybe I'll watch it, but Philippine doesn't watch. I watch. I support, so I should be on. What do you watch?
He watches us. He's telling you it's not Philippe, it's him.
Oh, I know it's him because his vocabulary.
I support. I should be on the show.
Because your vocabulary is far better than what freaking Philippe would write. So that's why I know it's you, James. God.
Send him an invite. Bring him on the show right now.
Hey, I always do that. I always say I'm going to send it, and he's like, no, I just like being in the comments. Well, then make up your mind. Do you want to be on, or do you not want to be on? God.
He wants his cake and eat it too, all right?
I know. Chihuahua, man. But so they're describing it as going to be kind of a mix between John Wick and the Highlander, because obviously he's immortal and he's going to be killing things. So if it's successful, Netflix wants to do spin-offs. Obviously they want to build this whole franchise around it, which we'll see what happens. But
I say if it's anything close to either one, if it's close to the Highlander or close to John Wick or a perfect blend of both, I think they'll be fine. Yeah, and Keanu Reeves is going to live forever because he's a vampire, so they'll never run out of content.
You know what? I think he was one of the original 47 Ronins, and that's why he's still alive.
Well, he was in 47 Ronin.
I know, but
I think he's just playing that same character.
Exactly. So that's why he did so well, because he's like, yeah, I already know what I'm doing. Don't worry about me.
He said, Tom Cruise, who? I'm the last samurai.
Dude, you know what? He would have done really well in that movie, too. That would have been a good movie. Good one for him.
Who are you? I'm the last samurai.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa. Something is afoot.
It's either that or, we will have Berserk autograph books at WonderCon, booth 204, the Golden Apple Foundation. There you go, guys. That's word from Golden Apple Foundation themselves, Kendra and Ryan, that booth 204, and they will have autographed books at WonderCon. So I'm going to try to get a ticket to get in there, just to walk around. Just in. But,
what day is WonderCon?
WonderCon is... Shoot, I just closed that out. Yep.
Don't worry, I got it. I'll pull it up.
I have it right here. 28th, 29th, and the 30th. And the 30th is the only day that I have off. So...
March 28th. Oh, I go back to work the 29th.
So, yeah. One of us might make it out there to at least go and walk around, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, all right, guys. Yes, we've banged this one out. Or no, sorry, I didn't mean that. We don't want to beat that dead horse. All right. Moving on to slide number 2. Switch to Stream Deck and Next Gen Console War. There's a new war, guys, and it isn't in Russia. So the future of handheld gaming and tech innovation. And this is one that you had said that you were looking at telling me about too, and I had beat you to it kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I had it in the chute ready to send it, and then you sent it, and I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, this is one of those things, man. Like, PlayStation already said they're not going to continue the console war. Xbox is talking about becoming a service, not a console no more, except they're dropping a new console next year and a handheld, from what the rumors say. But I think the big war is going to be who makes the better portable device now. I mean, we're already seeing it. The Switch came out, then the Steam Deck came out, then all these plethora of computer-based like Windows programs, the Asus ROG Ally, which I have. But I don't know, man. I think if you're not making your games portable and easy to play everywhere, I don't see them continuing forward.
Yeah, I kind of could see that too. Because I mean, shoot, just with your phone alone, what you can do as far as like Call of Duty came out on that thing's massive on handheld. The cross-platform between the Star Wars, that one Star Wars game.
Yep.
It was huge, even though it kind of petered out. But it still was a huge thing. Huh?
Petered.
Petered.
What else? Like Fortnite. Fortnite is going strong. You can play on everything except for phones because of the whole fucking store problems that they were having with Google, the Google shop and the Apple shop. But yeah, like Epic's doing crazy things. Minecraft is a big thing again because of the crossplay stuff. As a matter of fact, the new Monster Hunter Wilds is crossplay, so you don't have to only play with Xbox players. You can play with everybody.
So, that's cool.
The Marvel Rivals game as well.
Yep, that's another one. I mean, but Nintendo, like, they're going to be launching Switch 2, and that's kind of, like you said, that's kind of what's sparking this whole new war that's going on. Even though the first Nintendo Switch didn't like, it was a massive success, but it didn't fully shift handhelds.
But it did reignite the flame for a handheld device.
It did.
I was about to like Dennis just said Roblox. So yeah, Roblox is huge because you can play it on your phone, you can play it on your PC. Like every system has it. But oh my god, I lost my train of thought.
Damn it, Dennis!
Nintendo, like everyone thought Nintendo was down and out. When Sega went out, Nintendo picked up their games, and then everyone was like, "Oh, Nintendo's kind of like whatever, unless you want to play Nintendo exclusive games." But then the Wii came out, and they revolutionized gaming again. What happened after the Wii? Xbox freaking camera came out. PlayStation Move came out. All these things changed, and then everyone started talking again. Oh, Nintendo's falling off. The Wii U wasn't as good. It's not going to happen. I don't know. And then what happens? The Switch drops, and they revolutionize the whole industry. Now everyone's working on how can I give a system that's both a home console and a portable console. So even though they're not pushing the envelope with games, like they are still revolutionary with every single device they come out with because, dude, they had the Wii out and the what's it called, freaking 3DS at the same time, and they were both like selling really good. They never made PlayStation numbers, but they were selling freaking amazingly.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that Nintendo hasn't gone away from their kind of their business structure of we're going to have a console, but we're also going to have a handheld. You know, and they've been successful with all of that. And it's like the little train that could. He just kept chugging along, and they keep going, and they're just like, dude, you guys can go do whatever you guys are doing, trying to revolutionize everything. We're going to stick with our business plan, and you're just going to watch us go right past you guys on that hill because we're going to make money.
But they've always stuck to what they want to do. Nintendo doesn't flex for anybody. This is what we're doing. Get on board or don't. We don't care. And they don't, they haven't incorporated a bunch of crap into their games that everyone else has that has caused gaming to feel like, oh my God, I'm being choked with all of these, movements. I have to deal with them in my game now, and I have to deal with them in real life. You know what I mean? And Nintendo doesn't do that. They're just like, yeah, here's the next Mario game. And yes, it's fun. And yes, it's a kid's game, and enjoy it.
Yep. So and it's great. I mean, they're still fun. But I mean, look at how many people are still getting them. Animal Crossing. It's a freaking bunch of animals, and how big was that?
Dude,
Like, that was
how many
huge.
freaking Mario Karts are there? And we're still buying them. We're like, you know what? Mario Kart 8 came out for the Wii U, and we still bought it on the Switch. And then they gave us all these extra maps that came out with the subscription package, and people are still playing Mario Kart right now.
Yeah, it's a fun freaking game, dude. Why not?
Dude, I almost freaking jumped for joy the other day when they released Wario Land 4 on the Nintendo, the emulator on the Switch. I was like, holy crap, I love this game. I sat there and played it for like 2.5 hours the day it launched.
But the great thing with like the Switch is it could also be a console.
Yeah.
Connected directly to your TV.
Mm-hmm. And that's what you were saying. Like they still have a home console and they still have a portable device. They're just the same now.
Yep.
And I think Xbox is moving to that business model. And of course, you've seen Windows systems coming out left and right. A lot of them are streaming only, but the Steam Deck and the ROG Ally are actual gaming systems. So, yeah, I think this is where we're going to see, $500-$600 handhelds coming out left and right.
Yeah, I agree, and we're definitely going to be seeing this. So I think that we're probably going to see the Switch and the Steam Deck pulling ahead and just taking over. We're not going to see any other. I don't think, like you said, Sony's not going to be doing much with that, and neither is Microsoft. They don't feel that they need to. They would make more money if they were just making the games.
Well, that's the thing. Like, there is rumors and leaks out right now that Microsoft is working on a new system, but also a handheld system that is just as powerful as a system that's coming out. So I don't know if they're completely out of like taking their dog out of the fight or not, but PlayStation's talking about a replacement for the PSP. So I don't think we're going to see the three big companies fall out at all. They're just going to shift to follow Nintendo's plan.
Maybe, definitely. Maybe. Man, my freaking Instagram froze up on this side. I don't know if I really want that. Nope, I'm not going to touch it. I don't want to lose the stream. Anyways, moving on to the next one. We've got. This is one that you and me both were like, oh yeah. Yeah. First look at Mortal Kombat 2 images reveal Carl Urban's Johnny Cage, Katana, Shao Kahn, and more. It looks like.
Is this the only still you have of it, or did you put more pictures up?
I should have, but I could bring those up because they're wow.
I mean, Katana doesn't look bad. Carl Urban actually doesn't look bad as Johnny Cage. But, dude, we could have found a younger dude that's closer to Liu Kang's age. And that picture of Shao Kahn, oh my, that looks shitty. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like, that looks shitty. It looks worse than Mortal Kombat 11 on the freaking Switch. Like, it just looks bad.
So here is, let's see. Oh, this is actually where we're going to go straight from Screen Rants. Let's.
I'm also drinking a lot of Haterade today, so I'm just complaining about everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, yeah, Johnny Cage, I love Carl Urban's, but you need to get something a little bit younger. She looks great. It's Katana. Yeah, you can do that. Boy here looks good. Yeah. And I'm guessing this is Scorpion.
I mean, not a big difference from what we got in the first Mortal Kombat movie for Scorpion. I do wish we had someone that was a little bit younger, a little bit more active, but not bad.
This is from the video game.
I still feel that the 90s Mortal Kombat movies did a better Shao Kahn than what we're getting this time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I honestly am just like,
that picture of Shao Kahn looks like I don't even know how to explain it, man. Like the first movie wasn't horrible. It wasn't bad. Was it great? No, not at all. But it was entertaining. It was good.
yeah, it
It
was
was,
entertaining. But the thing is that now it's like, so Mortal Kombat 2. Um, where are we? Where is this starting out at? Where are we taking place? You know?
well, it's picking up from the end of the last movie.
Yeah, and so now we're saying that all our characters are older. That's why we're taking place. That's why we got older characters now. And
I don't know about that, but
I
I don't
mean,
know.
yeah, that. So what they're saying is that Johnny Cage takes center stage on this one. Obviously, he's taking center stage. Why? Because it's Carl. It's Carl Urban.
Because he's top billed. Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely top build on this.
Well, everyone hated the last kid that was the main character for the first movie. Um, they didn't like the way they set him up. They didn't like the way they played out the story. He was a descendant of Scorpion or some craziness. I don't know. They could have just made him someone else, someone more central to the Mortal Kombat lore. They just created this guy out of nowhere for the movie. So
Yeah, because
um,
they needed to do something.
but I wish they would have done more with him because the actor is actually really good. He's the same guy that was in he was Shatterstar in the Deadpool movie.
Yeah, yeah,
So I don't know.
yeah. I don't know, man. I'm a little. Actually, I'm not even on board.
They're gonna get my money just because it's another Mortal Kombat movie and I'm gonna watch it. But they're gonna get it on stream. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna pay for it on streaming. Wait for it to come out on Prime or something. But I don't know, man. I just haven't been entertained with Mortal Kombat since Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat 8, the game.
Well, I mean, the most entertaining thing from Mortal Kombat was the song in the first movie. That's what I thought. I was like, yeah.
And that first movie wasn't bad. It felt like a interpretation of the first game.
Yeah, it felt like a video game movie come to life. And it was during that time when we were getting bad video game movies anyways. So,
It was actually the shiniest turd on top of the pile, if you think about it. Because Street Fighter was garbage.
Oh God, Street Fighter, Double Dragon.
Double Dragon was, oh my dude, Bobo in that movie was freaking garbage.
I watched it recently. I was like, this movie is so bad.
You got Bobo playing freaking Ken in the freaking Street Fighter movie.
But were both the dudes like after Marissa Milano or what's her face that was in it? Or was it who was it that was the chick in the movie?
In what?
In Double Dragon.
Oh, you know what? I don't remember off the top of my head.
It was Melissa Milano, wasn't it?
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Double Dragon, the movie.
I watched it and I was like, I can't believe I'm watching this again.
The best thing about the movie was Mark Dacascos. Like anytime he's in a movie, I like it. But this, like, even he couldn't save this movie for me.
Damn.
Yeah. Scott Wolf, Mark Dacascos, Robert Patrick, and I want to say that's Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa, I got her name all wrong. Alyssa Milano. Yeah, it was like both dudes wanted her, and it's like, so what's going on?
Yeah, you got almost Luke Skywalker and freaking the dude from the Banana Way movie.
Oh, and then you had Ao Leong, which is a dude that was in. He's been in like tons of movies where he plays that one Asian henchman. He's got the goatee going and the long hair, and he's bald on top. He was in like Die Hard. Yeah, that dude was in it. He passed away recently.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, that movie was just so bad.
It's fucking horrible, dude. What the?
But
apparently my computer is not charging.
All right. also beat this thing down into the ground because are you hyped for this sequel? What do you think, Carl Urban's Johnny Cage? Let us know. Actually, don't let us know.
I think Carl Urban as Johnny Cage is going to be interesting. I won't take that away from him. Do I have high hopes for this movie? No. He might be the shiniest turd on top of the pile. That's going to be my new reference for the night.
I think he will absolutely be the shiniest out of them all.
I mean, he's done amazing things. He was in Dredd.
Oh, dude, I loved his Dredd.
His Dredd was good. In The Boys, he's good.
Yeah.
He's never been in something that was horrible. The freaking Priest, he was good in Priest.
Yep.
So I have an optimistic outlook on his Johnny Cage. I just don't have high hopes for Mortal Kombat 2.
All right. I'll take that. Okay, with that, we're moving on to our last story, which is yes, a Starship Troopers reboot is in development. So they're saying they're going to bring it back to the big screens. And this is going to be from director of District 9 and Chappie, Neil Baumkamp.
Would you like to know more?
Oh. Love that, man.
I hope it's good. Chappie and District 9 were both done well.
Yeah.
They had like a really cool look, a real cool feel. If he brings that look to this movie, it's going to feel just like the first one. I just hope that he casts really good characters in this movie. And the question is, are they going to just reboot the original movie? Or are they going to take us back to the book roots? Because the book roots are crazy. Like, that is a gory, not made for kids book. So why it was in my elementary school library when I checked it out, I don't know.
That book was, I mean, when you, like, this movie was made to be campy, and they knew what they were making when they did it, but it was also to be a take on social media, and also just having this, what is it, socialist, or is it
no, it was like satirical fascist, like,
yeah.
It's what everybody says the government is right now.
Which it's not. But I mean, whatever. We're not going to get into that. But that's kind of what this movie was. And it was a great movie. Shower scene was amazing. But
of course. Of course.
But aside from that, it was a great movie. Now,
it was like seeing Casper Van Diem in the shower.
Yeah, no, not him, but
liar.
But the thing is that if they reboot this and we take it to the book, that is something I'd really like to see.
Yeah, if they keep the camp, and because the camp is what sold the fascism, the social media, that the media portion of the show or of the movie, that campiness is really what sold that. But if you could give us like the gritty parts of the book that were left out, this could be something big, dude. And it's perfect because Helldivers, the video game, is literally just this turned into a game.
Yeah.
And that game is doing big things right now.
So that's why
to give us something that kind of like runs on those curtails would be amazing.
And I think that's why this will do really well if they do put it out soon. And they've got to put it out soon. Because if they wait any longer, you're going to lose that Helldivers crowd, because the game's going to just be another, flash in the pants, whatever.
Yeah.
And then, but I can see, like, I think they've picked the perfect guy to direct this movie, because when you look at the grittiness of District 9 and the grittiness of Chappie, you definitely can get a new Starship Troopers out of that. And it can still be that campy mixed with grit.
Yep.
I think he's good at actually balancing that out, because if you watch Chappie, there's really some cheesy parts to it, but it was a great movie. District 9, you know, a lot. I give up a lot to what's his face that starred in the movie. I can never say his name because it's a weird name. What was his name? He played Murdoch. Charlotte
Copley.
Copley, yeah. See, it's a tough name to Charlotte.
I never knew his real name.
Really?
Yeah.
And so get this. Here's the crazy thing about that movie. I'll give you guys all a little bit of history. Charlotte wasn't even supposed to be the star of the movie. He was just a stand-in when they went to locations. So he was actually working. He was part of the crew. And they would go to these locations, and the director would tell him, "Hey, what's his face?" Neil would tell him, "You know, stand here, deliver these lines. Let's see how it's set up. It looks good." And he just did it so well. They're like, "You know what, dude? Just you play the part. You be Winkus, and we'll go with that." And dude,
so he was freaking Han Solo.
Cool. Oh yeah,
Winkus. Because Harrison Ford wasn't supposed to be in the movie. He was just supposed to rehearse with the cast. And they were just Bro, we can't find anyone to do this so good. Can you just do it? And Harrison was like, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened with this whole thing too. With him, it was just hey, you want to do it? All right. And then all of a sudden, boom, this dude blew up. I mean, this dude went from District 9 to let me bring up his IMDb because he did a lot of great things after this. District 9, and he was in Chappie. He was in Hardcore Henry, the A-Team.
Elysium.
Yeah, Elysium, dude. He played a really good psycho in Elysium.
Yep.
So, he was in the Boys Kill World, Beast, Russian Doll, SEAL Team. Like, he's done a ton of stuff ever since then. So,
SEAL Team.
I don't know. It's just, but yeah.
I think it's gonna be good, man. I think if they cast it right, it could be something that'll be really good. And even if they make it a little bit more serious in tone, I don't think that'll take away from the movie because the book is a serious book.
Yeah, it is. It was a good book too. I read it. I read it. So then I listened to it.
Well, you didn't have hearing aids back then, so you had to read it.
Anyways, I am looking forward to this one. This is one I would definitely say yes to.
I'm down.
Yeah. And if you guys have not watched the original Starship Troopers, you need to go and check it out. It is actually a great movie. The practical effects on it were amazing. Every time they showed the freaking bugs or they showed when people were getting all chewed up, it looked real.
The practical effects were good. The digital effects were good for the time. The blending of the two was really good. But if you go watch the movie, do us a favor, read the book, or at least read the first few chapters of the book, so you can see how different they really are. Because this is one of those things where it's like it's nothing like the other. One is not the same. You can't watch Lord of the Rings, the extended edition, and then say, "Oh, I could skip the book." Like, because that you could do. You could go watch the extended edition and not read the book and get the gist of the story. This one is a lot different.
Yeah, it definitely is. But it's a definite good read, and it's a great movie. It's a lot of fun. So there you go, guys. Hopefully this thing does come through. It's in development right now, but they've finally attached, like I said, they've attached Neil to this, and we'll have to see what happens next.
And Casper will finally have another movie under his belt. Because they're going to give him some legacy role. He's going to be like,
I hope so. You know what? That'd be cool if they did give him a legacy role. Because in the book, his character is not the character that we're following. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
we don't follow Rico.
No, we do follow Rico, but the Roughnecks were, I don't think they were Radchecks, or they may have been.
Um,
I think he ends up over in the in. God, it's been a while since I read it, but um, boop 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 boom.
yeah, in the book, his name's Juan. His
Juan.
name's Johnny.
Oh yeah, Johnny Rico's character, from raw material high schooler to fully indoctrinated military.
Yep. Because in the book, he's from, like they said, Buenos Aires or wherever, so he's Hispanic,
Mm-hmm.
but he's actually Filipino.
What?
Yeah.
Where'd you read that?
On the wiki from the actual book,
Really? Don't
dropping it
you
in the
said
chat.
that? Is James
Dropping
still
it in
on?
the chat.
James is gonna be all like, "See, look at that." But it is a great book. It is a great read. Check it out. The movie's a lot of fun. Hopefully, it'll get done, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Manny Pacquiao could have his first role as Juan Rico.
He's a little too old, but
Yeah, it's true.
anyways, guys, that is it for the geek news. Some good stuff there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for some of the stuff that we actually saw. But since we didn't have geek history, we did have something else that we wanted to talk about, which of course comes in on this next segment that we do every so often when we don't have anything else to do, which is
things that make you go,
things that make you go, The Winter Skywalker. Oh, I left out K. Skywaller. I was typing it up quick. It was right before we came on. I was like,
Such a good
yeah, you're right.
transition. Ruined by bad spelling.
That's just
This is something we've spoken about before. I think that. Well, let's give them the premise, right?
I can't take it. I can't look at that.
The premise of that whole thing was Disney needs to give us a Luke Skywalker in his prime as a Jedi, either as a series of movies or as a TV show. And because of the freaking uncanny resemblance between them, everyone thinks that we should do it while, what's his name?
Sebastian Stan.
While Sebastian Stan is young enough to play the character before he gets to the point where he looks like Mark Hamill and can't do it. But I mean, well, Sebastian Stan's what, 45?
I think he would be the right age to play a Skywalker after
the Jedi, Return of the Jedi.
In between Jedi and Force Awakens, if that's what they're going for.
Well,
if
and
they do.
What the fans are hoping is that we get those legacy books that got freaking
retconned
to the wayside.
Yeah.
And retconned, getting a version of that, but obviously to fit the new narrative of what's going on in the story. So we got Kylo as the person, and we get to see him, actually betray Kylo in his prime or whatever, but build up the Jedi Order and all that stuff. So, because I mean, there's 18 years between when Kylo becomes his freaking Padawan that he pushes him away, because he's like 18, 19 by the time he becomes Kylo Ren.
No, I think he pushed him away at a younger age because he was probably about 10, 11.
Well, no, in the books, he looks exactly like himself. You know what I mean? I mean, in the movies, he's pushed away at like damn near adulthood because it's just Adam Driver in that flashback scene.
Yeah.
But in the books, he separates at like tween. He's like a tween at the time or something like that.
So Sebastian is 4 years younger than me. So yeah, he's 43. Sorry.
So he's 43. Yeah, I mean, I think he would be perfect time to play a middle-aged freaking Skywalker who's in the
Yeah.
middle of rebuilding the Jedi Order.
I think it would be the perfect age for him to do this. I think if that's what they want to do, they should, and they should do it really soon because, and yes, they should take a lot of the books that they retconned and use those because there's a lot more adventures going on in between.
Yeah, don't one for one them, but pull the good stuff and use those as tent poles for what we're gonna get in the series.
Yeah,
because the Obi-Wan series was done well. If they could follow that plot, or not the plot, but follow that like as a guide, use it as a guideline for what they do with Luke's story,
mm-hmm.
and just add in what we saw in the Mandalorian season 2, where he picks up Grogu and show us how he trains Grogu. That would be cool too, because then it would tie all the series into the movies. And
yeah, or I could see, I'd like to see more of like what happened in either Heir to the Empire series, or even the comic series before that, which was Dark Empire,
mm-hmm.
where Luke goes to the dark side. That's why we see him in still all black when he picked up Grogu. I don't know. I mean, I'd like if they can follow those storylines, I think it'd be really good.
Or shoot, even if you just give us the basics and show us him training Leia as his first Padawan, like that would be cool too. Because then we'd get some more like them being siblings now that they know they're siblings. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But see, the other thing is that what sucks is that we won't ever get the twins because we've already seen Kylo. And the twins would have been great because they were his Padawans also. You know? So
I mean, we could still get the twins. The only problem is that we all know that Kylo would have to kill them off before the events of, what happened.
Yeah.
Which is easy. That in that thing, Kylo comes back and kills the entire class. So we got twins, the Acolyte.
No. James, I will redcon you from this point on if you ever mention that show again. Just no.
I haven't even watched it yet, so I don't know.
No, there was nothing good about that. And of course, I don't know if Dennis is still on. He always says, I just love Star Wars for Star Wars. Yeah, but there's some stuff that I just will not watch. Like I will not watch, and I love, and you know this, Boba Fett. But I will not watch the Book of Boba Fett again.
I couldn't watch it again. I'll watch Mandalorian 1, 2, and season 3, but I will not watch the Book of Boba Fett. I didn't care for it.
It hurt. It hurt watching it. And the moment we got those freaking flying Vespas, I was like, nope. I am
so amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Little Vespa gang.
Yeah. And that was those are his people. I'm like, what the hell?
All they needed was gelato, and we would have been good.
It was bad.
Or Luca.
So bad.
They needed Luca to show up. And
you have to watch it. Can't talk about something you haven't even watched. I watched it, and I don't like it. I did not like it. No, James, no. All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I'm in the same boat as Dennis. I like Star Wars for Star Wars, so I watch it all. Mm-hmm. I don't like it all, but I still watch it because I just like Star Wars. I like new content for Star Wars.
But that's the thing is, like, I do watch it too. I've got to watch it, otherwise I can't say I don't like it. I don't like it.
We take the good and we hate the bad. We don't have to take the bad.
Well, we sometimes don't have to just watch it.
But yeah, if they do this, I think it'll be cool. I think it's the perfect time to do it. We've got a lull in good Star Wars content since season 3 of The Mandalorian ended. Who knows if they're doing another one? Nothing's been announced. Nothing's been shown. They say it's supposed to happen, but I mean, there's no news about it.
Well, I mean, they're also talking the Mandalorian Grogu movie. So,
Yes.
Star Wars is big enough where it's at a level where the universe and the storytelling isn't aimed at everyone, and you have to accept it. You know what? I don't accept it. It was made back when I was a child, and it's going to stay that way.
But it's not made for you. It's made for kids. You know what? I revert back to the Freddie Prinze interview, right? The Freddie Prinze interview kind of like put me in my place. It wasn't like everything that's being made now isn't made for me. Star Wars: A New Hope was made for kids. And then when The Phantom Menace came out, it was made for kids my age to get us into it so that we could love the old movies again. And then everything after that was made for kids after me. Like, it wasn't made for adult me. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, Andor was made for adult us because the kids don't want Andor, you know?
Right. But for the most part, the majority of their content, like mainstream content, is made for whatever kids are watching TV at the time.
Yes.
Because those of us who are old enough are like, not one Bothan was in freaking Rogue One. What the hell? You know what I mean?
Where are the goddamn Bothans?
It's a trap. But I 100% agree with you. It's not aimed at me, and I completely accept that. The Young Jedi Tales show isn't for me. It's for my little 4-year-old, and he hates it. He will not sit through it. I watched it, and I got stuck on it for like 6 episodes, and I was like, why am I watching this? Like, why am I here by myself? Turned it off. Walked away. The Bothans thing was said for the second Death Star.
No. Yes. No. Yeah. Mon Mothma was the one that said that the Bothans, many Bothans had given their lives.
But what I'm saying is, we don't remember the small details when we're in the heat of freaking picking something apart. We're just like, ugh, you know what I mean? And we get all pissed off, and but it's not for us. It's not our time.
Although Rogue One was
it's your time up there. Now it's their time. It's their time down here.
You know what? I need to sample that speech, and whenever we get into a rant like this, we hit that and we just sit back and be like, true.
But unfortunately that speech is so against us now. You know what I mean? We're not on the side of it's for us. We're on the opposite side because we're the adults living our life like, this sucks. We have to move on. We have to sell. We have to do this. Yeah. No fear, man. But the kids are the ones who they're down in the tunnels. They're looking for One-Eye Willie. They're trying to get that adventure. They're trying to live their life and just enjoy what they got before it's all wrecked and they become adults. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about kids.
That was fucking, hey, clip that. I need that.
Damn, you just spoke wisdom. Drop the mic. Woo!
That was inspirational. Send it to James so he can use it on his podcast.
Because damn it, no, I don't want to be up there. I want to be down here still.
But like he said, it's not for us. You know what I mean? So that's why I watch it all. I take what I like, and then I just act like the rest doesn't exist sometimes.
And yes, I will watch the next season, the new season of Andor, just to finish it out to see what they do. This season's supposed to finally get exciting and turn him into the Andor that we got in Rogue One, which was he's killed a lot and done a lot, and he's the best. So we'll see. We will see. But as far as what we're talking about right now, this is the time for Disney to make that move if they want to do it and finally give the fans what they want, which is a Luke Skywalker series with Sebastian Stan as the man himself. Or Sebastian Stan. Yeah, Stan, not Stans. Book of Boba Fett isn't for kids, it's for Boba fans. No, it's not. It's not for Boba fans.
It's not for this Boba fan. Not for this Boba fan.
It's not, definitely not for this Boba fan.
But that's what they should have gave us in the Book of Boba Fett was I don't know, man, like more bounty hunting, because that's what he's supposed to be. Yeah. He's supposed to be this really cool bounty hunter. I like that they try to give him the like attainable, I want to take Jabba's place thing, but the road in between was kind of slow. It was a little bit drawn out. There was nothing really to it that showed you how cool Boba Fett was. Where the Mandalorian, I told you from the beginning, I freaking hated Mandalorians. I cared nothing for them because we got 5 minutes of Boba, and if you didn't read the comic books and the books that came with it, you didn't know who he was outside of that. He had, 8 lines? 15 words or some craziness?
Yep.
And so I didn't care for them. Like, I was just like, oh, this dude in the green armor. But in every game that I played, like, oh, dude, what was the N64 game? Star Wars Shadows of the Empire.
Yes, he was in it.
He would show up, wreck your shit, and then take off, and you'd be like, why does this motherfucker who only had 5 minutes keep showing up and fucking my world up? Like, why? What is going on here?
Because he was that amazing.
Right, and that's what we wanted, but we didn't get that in the Book of Boba Fett, and that's the part that lets us down. We're happy that he's back in the story, and we're happy that he's got content now, but they didn't do him justice.
No, we ended up getting, and I hate this again, I hate saying this stuff, but we ended up getting a fat over the hill Boba Fett that fought his way out of the Sarlacc pit. And it's like, how the hell did he gain so much weight and get so old so quick coming out of the Sarlacc? He wasn't even in there for very long.
Why couldn't we get, and this is where why couldn't we get a younger dude who's in really good shape with his face over it, just like we got with Luke?
Yeah, exactly.
In that flashback. You know what I mean? That's all we needed.
He was more of a samurai looking for armor. He was looking for honor, but that's great. But we still got a fat, over the hill Boba Fett, which we didn't want. We wanted that, what he looked like kind of fit in that costume coming out of that Sarlacc pit.
But we did watch, both of us watched the Book of Boba Fett. What we said was we wouldn't go back and rewatch.
Yeah, we wouldn't rewatch it. But the thing is that we had already gotten the story of how he got out of the Sarlacc pit. We got that in the comic books. We also got that in the books. He literally shot his way out and dug himself out till he finally popped out. If you guys, and James, if you read the Bounty Hunter books, the very first one talks about how he did it, and it described everything. And it described how his armor was messed up. So, boom, son.
We kind of get that in the show. We get that in the middle of it. Fucking James, the books aren't canon. We know this. We know. That's why we're angry. But I don't know. I think if we continue Boba's story in the live action stuff, I hope we get a Boba who's sitting in Jabba's place, but running his own bounties. Especially if they're in the Tatooine area. Like, you know what? That fool's on the other side of the planet. I'll take care of that.
I'll take that.
And Temu Morrison, I mean, it is what it is. They're gonna keep him as Boba.
Well, but they could also go to where he just keeps the helmet on, which, again, we found out true Mandalorians don't take their helmets off. And if we remember it through all the movies prior, he never took his helmet off. They only took his helmet off so they can reveal who it was behind the mask. We didn't need to. He could have pulled a freaking Pedro on that one.
I'll tell you what, I didn't read the books, but I do know that now there are two sects of Mandalorians. There are the Night Watch, and then there are the other Mandalorians. So
yeah. So Boba was still part of the more Mando ones, even though he had he didn't get his armor the traditional way. So, James, you can argue with me all you want, but I will stick to my guns and stick to the books because the books were far better than what Disney has given us. So, boom. There we go.
See, and I see what you're saying, James. I see it, but the Mandalorian even started to show us that the Night Watch isn't 100% correct, and that's why it's that like teeter-tottering thing. Does Din Djarin's character follow what he's been raised on, or does he fall in line with the Night Watch? And then we end up like with this. Well, which one's correct, right? We're teetering the whole time, but Din obviously like he's like Darth Bane. He takes the point where he's like, I'm just going to continue to do what I know, and that's right for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of what we should do with Star Wars. We're going to just continue what we like and only take what we want from it because that's what's right for us. So
Exactly. That's what I do. Yeah. And they do put out some kind of cool. They do put out some cool stuff. I do love Rebels. That was a great show. I do love Clone Wars. Amazing cartoon. Bad Batch was pretty good. You know, Obi-Wan was decent. Ahsoka was okay. But not all of it was for me. I just, you know, especially the last 3 movies, Rey could have died and I would have not cared.
I do believe that they do need to just focus on giving us good, like everything else, focus on giving us solid stories, and Star Wars will excel again. Just give us solid stories, even if it's nothing from the freaking excommunicado books that are not welcome at the Continental, like John Wick. Like even if it's not from those books and they just make it up as they go, that would be good. You know what I mean? Like, but give us a solid story. Let Dave and John write shit for the new stuff. Like let them Kevin Feige the Star Wars universe.
Let them write, direct, do both.
Well,
not just,
even if they don't direct, I mean, look at the Mandalorian. Every episode is directed by someone else, right? But give them the Kevin Feige seat. Let them helm that, and they could be like, well, I don't think because Filoni was literally taught by George Lucas all of his things, right? And then Freddie Prinze kind of learned everything he knows from Filoni. And you got that weirdo Sam Witwer, who's the voice of Darth Maul and Starkiller, and he's just a huge Star Wars nerd. He's learned everything on his own. But let these dudes do what Kevin Feige does, and I think we'll end up in a better place as Star Wars fans. Everyone will be happy with the content that comes out.
You're right, and I think I will say yes. I agree with you.
Look at the Avengers.
Yeah.
Not every one of those characters is the character I know from the books.
No.
Any of the universes that I've read in the comics.
No.
But they were all relatable. Oh, excuse me. They were all relatable.
Ghost.
Likable. And what they did in the movies worked for that universe. So just let them do that with Star Wars.
Yes. So with that, yes, James is going on and believe in Filoni. He's a Filoni follower. He's going to have Filoni tattooed on his chest, you know.
But he's basically saying the same thing I just said.
Yeah, he's saying what you just said. But James will have a tattoo of Filoni on his back, just like if he had the...
You mean Kathleen on his back?
No, the Lady Guadalupe on his back.
He's going to have Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy on his back.
I would burn anybody out with that one. But, all right, guys, that is it for...
Things that make you go,
Oh, no, we don't want to see my whole face.
Just kicking me out? All right.
Sorry, híjole. All right, guys. Well, that is it for us tonight. That wraps it up. That ends the show. Let's do this. Let's call it a night. And it says, I got the Sarlacc pit. Escape that Boba Fett.
The only problem is his Sarlacc pit takes in Mandalorians and not lets them out. Oh, God. James, you have ruined my mental picture.
I don't think you thought that one out. So anyways, guys, that is it for us tonight. Quick shout outs to We Can Be Heroes over there in Chatsworth, great comic book store, Golden Apple out there on Melrose in Hollywood, another amazing comic book store. I know that like we said earlier, Golden Apple will be at WonderCon at booth 204. That's the Golden Apple Foundation. Go over there, hit them up, guys. Tell them we sent you. Pick up one of those signed copies of Berserker that was autographed by Keanu Reeves himself. And what else? Project Wish Upon a Star, guys. They've got tons of things that are going on with Project Wish. They're going to be doing some more of those weekend blenders over at the different malls that are over in more Central California. So like the Fresno, Clovis area. If you guys are out there, check them out. Go by their booths, say hi. Also donate to them because they're a great foundation too. They help cancer pediatric patients have the con experience either brought to them or them taken to the con experience. And the last, they call them heroes, right?
Yes.
That's what it was. Yes. The
heroes.
last hero that they brought to LA Comic Con, she had an amazing time and she was just showered with gifts from everybody that was there that was like, oh my God, here they signed stuff. Lots of Star Wars stuff for her. She was just seriously excited. Great kid. I got to meet her and talk to her a little bit. She was really nice. Her dad was amazing. So they do great things like that, guys. So we definitely want to support them. And so we always shout them out. You can go to the link that's in our bio and click on it to donate directly to them. Don't send it to us. Send it to them. Donate to them. We're hoping to do a couple of fundraiser things this year. This year started off really bad because of all that went on over here in California as far as fires. So we're slowly starting to get back on track to hopefully get some stuff going for them and also just for this podcast period. Also, check out Stack Up, which is another great charity foundation out there. It's for not only for veterans, but also active duty military. And it's not just Army, but it's the whole armed services that we are truly proud to have been serving for the last. David's got 18. I got 16. So
20.
Oh, you hit 20?
August of this year is 20 years.
Damn. All right. So he hit 20. I'm hitting 6. I hit 16. So, we've been serving. We're still serving. We want to actually support our fellow veterans, our fellow soldiers that are out there, not just soldiers, but our fellow service members. There we go. That's better. Check out Stack Up. We do have a link that's in our bio that'll send you over to them. You can donate to some of the various activities that they have that are going on. Great charity. Check them out. Comic Books for Kids is another great one that we deal with. We worked with, we talked with. Mark is a great person. Awesome dude. And that's another one where it sends off charity. They send off stuff to pediatric cancer patients. It's comic books and like other collectibles, pop culture collectibles that they'll send out to them. They also have another foundation that's part of them, which is Comics for Troops. And that sends comics out to the troops and stuff. So those are the various charities that we are working with. And we always love giving them a shout out. And we don't have really much else going on for us so far.
Yeah. I mean, keep your guys' eye out. Myself and Darren from Project Wish, we're going to hopefully start hitting some of these things up together because we're both here in the Fresno area. He's got a lot of ties to some of the artists and stuff in the area. And I'll bring the Geek Saga to him so that we could do things. Hell yeah. Darren doesn't talk smack about us. He's our original geek.
Hell yeah.
Geek follower.
You know what he
wears?
Wears
our shirts more than we do, according to him.
I was about to say, I got to get him a new shirt because I got to get him a couple shirts because he's wearing out the shirt that he does have. So, and guys, also, we're throwing it out there every so often. I put it up on our Instagram, but we're looking for more geeks to help us. Help us out with this show. Go to events to report on the events. Be either part of the podcast. Help, not like every so often you may be able to be on the podcast, but also we've got shows, pilots, real shows, actual shows that we're going to be shooting, and we're looking for help on those too, to be on them, but also behind the scenes. So if you've got experience in that and you're in like the LA area, hit us up. Let us know, ladies. And it sounds so bad. It sounds like I'm going to put out a casting couch and like, hey, you want to be on our show? But seriously, female geeks, we're shouting out, calling out to you to help us out because we are looking for a woman's point of view on a lot of these things that we do, as far as the movies, the video games, and all that stuff. So if that sounds like that could be you, someone who is a huge geek, let us know. We would love to talk to you, and we can see if it works and all that other stuff. So,
and if you're a geek, if you're a female geek who is also a military personnel, even better, because then you will also understand a lot of the crap we talk about.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what branch you're in or not in or active or reserve, because we're reservists. Just join us because we want the perspective of someone who's not old, because we're kind of old, and who's not a male, because we only like certain things, but we would love to hear what someone else thinks about Rey Skywalker or Sabine, or like the direction they've taken April in all the different Ninja Turtle iterations. Because we're going to be like, no, not my April. That's not my April. That's not my Sabine. You know what I mean? So
that's not my April. She doesn't wear a yellow jumpsuit that's zipped halfway down. God.
But we need an outside voice, someone who is not me or Eugene, because we are jaded older dudes who are literally about to retire. We just want to continue to do our geekiness. So
yep. So there you go, guys. It's a shout out to you guys to join. I don't want to say the Geek Squad. No, because we are not the Geek Squad, but the Geek Team. So there you go. So with that, David, Senor, por favor, I am doing Duolingo and I am learning.
Keep practicing. You're working it.
I am.
Submersion. Submerge yourself. Watch Tubi in Espanol. Watch Forrest Gump in Spanish. That shit's hilarious. That's funny. Pero Lieutenant Dan, tú no tienes pierna. Like, it's hilarious, bro. Hilarious.
I'm glad to watch it.
It's funny. But yeah, like he said, check out the charities that he mentioned. Every single one of them is doing something that we care about. So anything you can do for them whatever you do for them is a huge favor for us, because we're just trying to get their names out there because we believe in the messages that they're putting out. Do the 3 things you see in the top over there. Share, like, comment on this video. Go to any of our links at the bottom, the Geek Saga on Twitch, on Instagram, Geek Saga 77 here on YouTube. And if you don't follow us and want to follow us, please do those things, because every time you guys watch, like, we just get more excited to do more content, because we know it's not the same 6 people here. And we've said it before, we haven't said it in a while, but if you're geeking out on something, it could be cars, it could be sports, it could be anything, really. Tabletop games, video games, like, you want us to cover it, you think we should do a whole show about it, shoot us an email. We'll get down and we'll do the research. We'll figure it out. And even if you want to be a voice on the show, if you have something to say, we'll let you come in and talk with us, because that's what we're here for. We want people to come here and geek out. And, now you have a place to talk about the things no one wants to hear about, I don't know. Maybe you like to knit things and make little dolls and everyone thinks you're weird for it. We like that stuff. That's the kind of things we're into. We like weird, geeky stuff. And if you're doing that, come here. Come watch us.
Hell yeah.
Those things. Join us again. We come on every Wednesday, Tuesday, or Thursday, depending on our schedules, at 7:30-ish. So join us at those times. Same geek time, same geek channel. And when the saga continues.